Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Honkai Star Rail video, and as promised, we're going to do a couple of these Fugue team showcases, right? So, we are in Pure Fiction, which we know is where Himeko really shines, but like, Fugue makes Himeko usable outside of this, but I just want to show it in here because she's going to look really busted in here. But the general idea is Himeko will do follow-up attacks every time, basically every 3 times we break enemies total. So she's based on how many times you break. Fugue is crazy for this because enemies can essentially be broken twice a piece, so we can get a lot of extra breaks in, allowing Himeko to go crazy and do her thing. And then we have Linksha and then Harmony Trailblazer, so we're going to be running it with the double super break and just insanity. So let's go ahead and give it a try here. So we're going to go ahead and set up all of our field skills here. I believe we can apply everybody's here because Fugue is going to daze, and then Himeko should still be able to impair, and then we'll hop in that way. All right. Let's see what happens here. So we're just going to get endless bounds and bounds of enemies. So Fugue is going to be supporting your main attacker. So in this case, we are supporting Himeko. Makes it so Himeko can break regardless of her typing, which is very, very good. And gives her a greater break effect as well. So like she can break, greater break effectiveness. That's the word I'm looking for, right? All right, so let's put that support on. When Fugue has that support on, she does get an enhanced basic attack, which just helps you do some AoE breaking, right? Trailblazer. So we won't have until we get Trailblazer's ultimate up. Her super break is not active. So that's one advantage to Fugue, is that Fugue like always has super break just for existing. So sure, we'll hit here. All right, getting a little bit of breaking. All right, so let's get the double super break. But Himeko's already popping off. We're going to get double super breaks going, so we're going to be doing a ton of damage. Because one of the big issues with like Himeko, even in Pure Fiction, is when you'd run into bosses, it would take a while to kill the bosses. Well, now, with the crazy break damage and everything we're going to have, like we're going to be doing so much damage, it won't matter. So like, yeah, Himeko, go crazy. Pop everything off. Let's pop the ultimate here. There we go. Do I want to do a blast here? Fugue will be able to do a normal attack. So yes, we can use the blast here. Once again, but you're just going to see the break frequency. And I guess, you know, the one thing that I suppose that Pure Fiction doesn't show off as well is the double breaking, because the enemies are dying so quickly. We're not really seeing the double breaking, but the enemies can be broken multiple times, right? Linksha, actually, I'm going to do Linksha's AoE, I think. So we're going to get a skill point there. Linksha AoE, we'll take it. And then there we go, Himeko follow-ups. They're going to be coming in quite often. And that's just the nature of Pure Fiction, right? Just the enemies keep coming. We keep launching the Himeko follow-ups. Pretty good. We'll just keep the Harmony Trailblazer going here. And then the Linksha Rabbits just pop in. Dude, Linksha ended up being like such a surprise good character. Yeah, Fugue should be good to do a normal attack next turn. You do have to look at like skill point management, right, with this team. But notice, like, with this, we're not even running, like, Firefly or anything. We're just... If I'm doing more of, like, a boss-type setup, maybe I'd run Firefly as, like, a sub-DPS with Himeko. But I think you can run Himeko as the main DPS, like, legitimately. There's some mad... Dude, Fugue doing some mad damage. Look at that, 300k on that one. That's just, like, one of her follow-up attacks. We'll save, I mean, Harmony Trailblazer's ultimate is up again already, but she's got stacks for days, so we'll just let that sit. So here's Fugue's, like, AoE. So just to help, like, get some extra breaks in, and then that's going to trigger Himeko, right? double follow-up there, because we had so many breaks. Like, they can just chain into each other, especially in Pure Fiction, which is pretty wild. But we're not really, like, going for score here, but we will probably hit the 60k here. I did do the first run, and I got, like, 29k. But this team, I think, might be able to take it all the way to the end. We'll see. So you'll see, like, on the boss at the top, their break bar, like, the white bar is going down, but then they have an orange bar underneath. So that is the second break bar that we get. Fugue is going to need to use a skill point next turn, so we are just going to do a normal attack here. We can do the link shot AoE, trigger some breaks. Yeah, Linksha is just crazy for these break teams, and she's healing. It's like so perfect. Such a good setup. All right, and then Himeko, you know, just do the Himeko things. 500k on that one for Himeko, 140k on that one. I'm just seeing numbers out of Himeko I'm not used to seeing. 600k there. Yeah, like, look at the damage just starts to pour in. Once you really get going, like, look at Himeko's damage, like 250k on that one. And I should say my Himeko, I think, will it show it on here? Hold on. My Himeko, I don't think I can look at her Eidolons here, can I? I think my Himeko is E2. I've actually just naturally pulled her a few times. Really glad now. All right, we do need to re-support. So what you'll notice with Fugue, it's just like Ting Yun. You support one character and then you kind of get 3 charges. And then every time she takes a turn, she loses a charge. So pretty much once every 3 Fugue turns, you have to reapply her skill. And by the way, it can only be applied to one character at a time. Unless you get her E6, then it applies the buff to everybody, which is insane. But I'm not going for E6 Fugue, sorry. As much as I want to spend like $1,000, I don't think I want to spend $1,000 really. That's about, I think on average, that's what it costs to, like, if you're going in cold and like trying to max out a character, E6, I think on average you're spending about $1,000. Depending on luck, right? If you get luckier, it's going to get cheaper, but I think that's kind of the average. Now, this deer's kind of tricky because they have these arms that like to heal a lot. So we got to make sure we focus on these arms. But I do need to make sure I'm doing like break damage. So, all right, Himeko, where can we put you? Probably right here, huh? Because Himeko can break regardless of type, which is very good because of that buff, right? Once again, checking out skills. Yes, I think we'll AoE here. Get some good stuff going. We need to get some Himeko going here. I think we can maybe get it. See, here's an example. See this enemy on the left? They have an orange bar right here, this guy. So this should be like the second break, and that counts as another break, which is proccing Himeko. That's why it's so good. Normally that enemy's sitting there, and like even if we get the super break damage, it doesn't count as a break for Himeko, but it does when it's an actual like second break bar. It's so good. So once again, this is stage 12 of the newest, most difficult pure fiction that we're doing, by the way. Let me see. 1 skill point. I think Harmony Trailblazer's fine not having that skill point. It's just really important to get rid of these healing trees because they heal like 40k every time. We just have to do a normal attack there, get a break. Into a Himeko. Like, yeah, this is so good, you guys. This is so good. We're already at 55k points. I think we'll be okay here. There's a second break on that enemy. Then we're going to pop an AoE here. Oh my god, the damage coming out. Look at this. Himeko is 600k damage. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, see, there's some other healing coming into play. It's got to keep killing those healing trees. And then into a Himeko AoE here. This is great because I was already such a fan of Himeko like when Pure Fiction came out. But what Fugue does is, like I said, it makes her usable outside of Pure Fiction. So if you're a big Himeko fan, like definitely get Fugue because it's going to make Himeko very runnable outside. Fugue is due for a refresh. So we got to refresh Himeko's buff. Perfect. Sure, we'll just pop that for some damage. Into a Himeko slam. Yeah, we got a lot of healing trees. We got to get rid of them. Here they go. Can I get a break? Right here we can. And once again, that enemy was not weak to fire, but we could still break because of Fugue's buff, which is very good. And there we go. We got the 60k already, and we're still going. We'll just do as much, wreak as much havoc as we can here. We will do the skill here. Go ahead and hit. So the thing is we know that we have the new Trailblazer coming out. So like if you feel like you're going to want to use the Remembrance Trailblazer, if she's really good, he or she, depending on what gender you picked, then you could just swap her out for Ron May, and then you definitely can do that. But I think right now this is the way I'm liking to run the team. All right, we're going to finish with a bang here because we got that. We're going to get a couple of skill uses here. I think Fugue is going to get another ultimate off before we're done here. Not surprised I'm not killing this deer, though, because, I mean, the healing's crazy. We do not need to refresh, so let's go ahead. Let's get a break if we can. I guess we'll go here. Oh, Fugue did not get one. So there we go, but we got the 60k, and once again, This is the newest Pure Fiction hardest difficulty. So there you go. That's Fugue making Himeko look pretty good. And once again, I could have run Himeko Herta there because there was ice weakness as well. But I wanted to show it more with like the double super break setup. We saw some pretty crazy numbers out of Himeko. Like, I am not used to seeing. So normally, like, why Himeko is good on Pure Fiction is because you're constantly refreshing the enemies, getting a lot of breaks, and just doing a lot of follow-ups. But I'm not used to seeing like big mamma jamma damage on those follow-ups, right? Like really huge damage. So let me know what you think of Fugue. Let me know what you think of this Himeko setup. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.